Guys, do you enjoy haul videos? I feel like some of you might not enjoy haul videos. I kind of ran into a discussion online that somebody was complaining that they hate haul videos and blah blah blah. So anyway, whether you like it or not, I have a haul video for you today. It's my European haul, and I feel like I went to Europe in June. I came back, and I went in September and came back. I feel like the second trip I bought a lot more than the first trip. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I bought. So if you're curious to learn about them, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. Yeah, today we're talking about my European haul. Lots of fragrances I picked up. I actually did a lot of shopping, and I actually traveled a little bit alone this time. So I didn't have any friends to actually nag and, you know, talk me out of going shopping and things like that. So doing that by yourself, you have a lot of freedom. But the only thing is, sometimes I feel like I'm always looking for the best deals, but sometimes I go one place and I buy something thinking I'm never going to come back there again because you are limited to time. And then you go to another place and you find something that you really wanted at a less expensive price, or there's a promotion or things like that. For example, I'm going to tell you about a couple of them right now, but I bought a lot. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one I'm going to talk to you about is the fragrance that I think is one of the best fragrances ever. On my last trip, I didn't buy any of these because I didn't really ask around, and as I said, on this trip I actually did a lot of shopping. So DIOR PARFUM, I actually ended up with 3 of these. I asked at Printemps, so they don't have them displayed out, so basically they reached under and grabbed 3. Well, actually she said she only has 4, and I only needed 3. I got plenty of it already, but I wanted 3 more. I'm gonna gift 2 of them to family. One of them is mine. So this was 130 euros, and of course they have the 12% tax-free cashback thingy there, so you have to you know, fill it out and things like that. But if you don't know DIOR PARFUM already and you're a follower of my channel, you might have not caught any of my videos about this fragrance. This I feel like is one of my favorite designer fragrances. In fact, I think it's one of the best designer fragrances ever, and if you can get your hands on a bottle, 75 ml even better, but if you can only get 100 ml, get it, because I think it's totally worth it. So that I bought at Printemps. I'm picking a couple of things up here and there because this is going to be a long video and I've got a lot of fragrances spread out in front of me. Yeah, Printemps has it. Inside under where they have the display for Dior, they have the Dior Homme and Dior Homme. I think they might even have Dior Homme Intense displayed, but they don't have the DIOR Parfum displayed. So you go there, there's a specific Dior department, and ask them. And since I bought 3, the associate gave me a lot of little minis, but they're not minis of Dior Homme or DIOR Homme Parfum. They were minis of Sauvage and the latest what's the Charlize Theron fragrance. They have that new one with that alcohol. So she gave me a bunch of minis and samples, so that's a good thing. So that is that. I bought that and I'm happy with it. This is another fragrance you guys have been asking me to do. Oh, before I get to this fragrance, I'm not going to open up DIOR Parfum because I have opened it up and discussed it many times on the channel. If you're curious to learn more about DIOR Parfum, go just search on my channel DIOR Parfum. But this next one I bought because it's been pretty popular. This is BABYCAT from YSL's Le Vestiaire collection. So on my first trip I couldn't find a bottle of this at Printemps, but I should have gone to the Galerie Lafayette all along and bought it there, because that's where I bought this, because they kept telling me it's not available anywhere, it's sold out, blah 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 blah. So I finally have it, but you know what, I was testing it out prior to purchasing it because they had a tester at Printemps. I went back to Printemps a couple of times to buy this, and you know, it's reminding me of another fragrance, and I'm going to tell you guys what it's all about. I'll do a separate video about it, but here is BABYCAT right here. It's created by Dominique Ropion. Let's go ahead and spray it, because I'm not wearing any fragrance currently. It's a shame I'm not wearing any fragrance, but I was waiting for this video. So yeah, it does remind me of a fragrance. I'll tell you all about it in my review for BABYCAT. You'll find out. I have a less expensive alternative for this fragrance, actually. Speaking of less expensive alternatives videos, I just did one. If you haven't caught that, go catch it. I do enjoy this though, I really do, and it's been really popular. I think a lot of people Love this fragrance. It's a smoky vanilla, incensey vanilla, and what's not to love about that? And makes for the incense fragrances to be a lot easier to wear, you know. All right, next I stopped into Yves Rocher on one of my walks across Paris. I bought the updated fragrances of CUIR de Nuit and SABLE FAUVE. I don't know why I opened SABLE FAUVE and not CUIR de Nuit, but I recommended these fragrances a lot, but they are now new bottles, a new packaging as well. And they've discontinued the patchouli one. I'm drawing a blank with the name of the patchouli one, but the CUIR de Nuit is the vanilla, which is in a bottle like this now. I don't know why they did the bottles over. I like the other bottles a lot more. And then SABLE FAUVE is the benzoin fragrance. So they're kind of warm and kind of you know, ambery fragrances that I think are perfect for winter, and they're really inexpensive. These were about 30 each for sale during I don't know what promotion I got when I was in Paris, but they are suggested retail at the USA store for $85, and typically or occasionally they'll have a 40% off or a 50% off sale. So if you like inexpensive fragrances, definitely check these out. Again, CUIR de Nuit, even though it says CUIR, it's leather. It's all about vanilla. To me, it has similarities to Spirituous Double Vanille. And then the SABLE FAUVE is more benzoin, and I believe there's also Tonka in the notes as well. So if you're on a budget and you like budget fragrances, these are definitely perfect. They're very warm and cozy fragrances. And I just wanted updated versions of the fragrances because, as I said, they have now redone the bottles. I don't know if they're reformulated. I'll compare in the future, but I am got those here now to compare. The one that I just remember the name of that I really liked, it's the Patchouli. It's Nouveau Genre. So over at the Le Bon Marché, I ended up discovering the DRIES Van Noten fragrances, so I ended up buying one of them. You know, after smelling all of them, they're nice fragrances. I really love two of them a lot, and two of the non-conventional ones. So I ended up with the Cannabis Patchouli. There's also the chili, Voodoo Chili, I think it's called. This is it right here. So these are now selling at Saks Fifth Avenue in New York, but they haven't really reached here. And the Cannabis Patchouli is a green patchouli fragrance, and they gave me a free little, I don't know what this is, like a little carrying case. I felt like it was kind of matching the color here. So when I'm shopping in Paris, they were having a sale, like 25% off sale, but not on these exclusive fragrances or like exclusive collection fragrances and things like that. But I always look for the best deals. If I can't get a deal, I ask for gifts and things like that. Cannabis Patchouli, as I said, is kind of a green, earthy patchouli, a little camphoric, a little bitter. I'll do more smelling in the future. Otherwise this video is going to be really, really long. So I ended up getting also a little mini of, I don't know what I got the mini of. It doesn't really say, or does it? Yeah, it's the Voodoo Chili is what I got. Those were the two favorites. I mean, they're all pleasant fragrances. They just were a little underwhelming. But the Voodoo Chili and the Cannabis Patchouli were both really, really great. I really like those two. So this is another one that I wanted to pick up. CELINE's Bois Dormant. If you're following me on Instagram, you should probably, if you're not, you should go catch the little video I did of the CELINE Fragrances Boutique in Paris on the Rue Saint-Honoré. It's a gorgeous boutique. Really, really a beautiful space. All the bottles and you know, mirrors. It's like a hall of mirrors of perfume bottles, all from CELINE. So I have to be honest though, BABYCAT kind of seems like it has, BABYCAT from YSL, kind of seems like it has a DNA of fragrances from CELINE. Has anybody got that? Because the CELINE fragrances are all kind of powdery. To me they're powdery and spicy vanillic, and that's what BABYCAT is, kind of powdery, vanillic, incensey, smoky. If you don't know much about CELINE, go catch my videos. I've got a lot of videos on the channel. Really love this collection, even though they're a little underperforming. I think they're very classy bottles. Their bottles are really, really beautiful. just really love this collection. Even though they are a little underwhelming, a little subdued experiences, meaning they're not like the biggest, beastliest fragrances. If you're into that kind of fragrance, this is not the collection for you, I have to be honest. But if you like classy, beautiful designer fragrances that are, you know, better than your traditional designer fragrances, because this is you know, like a exclusive collection, like a privé collection, then definitely get your nose on this, on these fragrances. And yeah, this one's really a great scent. I really love that one. So this next one, okay, so I'm gonna do a video on Cherry Oud from Guerlain. I actually came to Cherry Oud, or not came to it, I sampled it many times on my travels, starting in Amsterdam, then in Italy, then in France and Paris several times, and I made my decision that I hate Cherry Oud. I hate the way it smells. It doesn't make sense to me, and it smells kind of boring and stupid. But in that trio of fragrances, I think Oud Nude is the best, followed by Oud Kohl or Kohl Oud, followed by Cherry Oud, which actually sucks, really sucks. But when I was smelling that collection for one last time, I discovered the exclusive Shalimar, the Tonka Millesime, and it was so delicious. Instantly I bought 2 bottles, and I reported about it. And many of you told me that you went and bought stuff at Selfridges and Harrods and it sold out and things like that, because you can order from there and, you know, have it delivered here, because this has not made it here yet, at least I don't know. But this is really delicious, really delicious. I never got to sample the vanilla version of this from last year, and even though I asked about it, I'm not sure if I could take her advice, but the associate said it was a little too sweet and sugary. But this one's really great. I don't know if she was just pulling my leg or not, but I had already purchased this. I don't know if you guys are aware of the vanilla one. Do let me know what you think about it. But the Tonka one is really divine. It's really gorgeous, really beautiful. To me, I feel like it's a combination of Tonka Imperial from Guerlain with Shalimar. Like, it's almost like those two had a baby, and that's what it was, this beautiful gorgeousness. So I bought 2 bottles. I'm gonna put one away, store it away for a rainy day, but really love the cute bottle too. Really, it's such a beautiful bottle, as you can see right here. Absolutely amazing. I love this fragrance. Really great. Much better than Cherry Oud. And if you guys love Cherry Oud, I'm sorry, I hate it. It sucks big time. I hated it. Really did. Okay, so this one I actually just bought to have. I'm not even sure if I'm going to open this up. I probably shouldn't. And I wanted a 100 ml bottle. I ended up with a 50 because that's all they had, because they've already had switched over. There's a controversy around this fragrance from the brand 1969 and the naming of their fragrance Christopher Street. So they had to change it because it's already being used by another brand in New York City. Christopher Street is in New York City. So the other brand, I have that other fragrance as well. It's Charenton Macerations Christopher Street. I had a review on the old channel. But I can understand why that other brand in New York City who has the name Christopher Street to be upset, because they're using the same name. And I don't know if you can really trademark names of streets and addresses and things like that. Speaking of people doing that, it's Bond Number 9, another New York brand. But I can understand why this other brand did not want this fragrance to be called Christopher Street. So they have renamed it to Christopher, and they had 100 mils that said Christopher, but I wanted this because it's going to be a collector's item. I don't even know what this fragrance smells like, really. I just wanted it just as a collector's item anywhere I got it. So if you guys know this fragrance and you know what it smells like, do let me know. Put a comment on. I did smell it, but I forgot about it. So I think I brought 3 fragrances from Javoy when I was visiting there. I don't remember where the third one is. So one of them is this from HEELEY, ZESTE Gingembre. Another one is this brand, which I could have probably gone and seen in on my trip to France, but I fell in love with this. It's called COULEUR PRIMAIRE by Les PRIMORDIALES. Do you guys know this one? It's an aldehydic fragrance. I'll show you guys the bottle. And I fell in love with it, so I had to buy it. It's a fresh fragrance, but it has some substance to it. But sadly, my box is a bit smashed, as you can see right there. It's a bummer. When you're, you know, traveling with a lot of perfume, they get bent up and things like that. Let's show you. So the box is a bit bent, as you can see, and this is the bottle. They have a card in here. I'm going to spray it on the card. It's got a beautiful little French map with the French flag colors. So very aldehydic. I can totally smell the aldehydes right up top. It's big. If you're a fan of aldehydes, but there's a lot more going on than aldehydes, even though it is a lot about aldehydes here. So I hope to, you know, wear this and experience it and report back on it. And hopefully I'll reach out to the brand and ask them to do some kind of a video on their house, because I really like this. And the other fragrances as well. They had a couple of different collections. But either way, if you know this house, do let me know. Put a comment down. And of course, everybody knows HEELEY. Do you guys know HEELEY? HEELEY has a store in Paris. I think they still do. HEELEY used to be sold here in San Francisco at Barney's. Barney's is no more, obviously. But I'm kind of digging ginger in fragrances, so I ended up with this ZESTE Gingembre from HEELEY. It's a very fresh ginger fragrance. It's zesty, and of course it's citrusy as well. Of course it has that fresh spice as well. So that is ZESTE de Gingembre. So moving on to this, you guys saw my review for Uncut Gem. I actually was not going to buy a bottle because I hated it. I mean, I didn't hate it in that it smells bad like Cherry Oud did or does. This one is okay. I don't think it's worth the price tag. I think it deserves to be in a bottle like Hermes or Cartier, as I was saying. I feel like it connects with some of their signature line of fragrances. The fragrance is not bad. I just think it's way overpriced, especially here in the States. It was 305 euros in France where I bought it from. That includes tax, and I get 12% of it back. With this here, if you buy it here, it's 420, and it does not include the tax. So you also have to pay, like, you know, 8.75% here in San Francisco. So it's about 450 bucks for this. It's really, really expensive, and I don't think it's worth that price tag. If you're curious to learn more about it, go catch my video on YouTube. Just do a search for Uncut Gem. Okay, so a lot of you, or many of you, were asking me to dig into the well, I'm going to dig into the brand a little further. It's Givenchy's collection called La Collection Particulière. So I went to Printemps again, and I saw the collection there because I wanted to get MMW. I ended up buying it, but somehow I was asking about that promotion. They said no, and then when I bought the MMW, they said if you buy another one, you'll get a 20% off promotion or something. I don't know what the heck. So I ended up buying 2 fragrances from this house, and I think MMW has something to do with the current creative director over at Givenchy. I think this fragrance is created by Olivier Cresp over at Firmenich. And do you guys know this collection? So anyway, I bought this, and then they told me about the promotion. If you buy another one, you get 20% off. I think it was 20% off. I can't remember because I was doing my shopping really quickly the last day before I left Paris to go to the south of France. Here is MMW. I'll report back more on this one later. I'm going to do a whole collection video, the entire collection, the Givenchy La Collection Particulière. So stay tuned for that. And then the other fragrance I bought to get that 20% off is to have a backup of Noctambule. I really love Noctambule, and I've reported about this one in the past. I've Instagrammed about it and things like that. So if you're curious to learn more about Noctambule, you can just go do a search and find out. And of course, I always ask for little goodies, and I really like these little bags. These bags make for you know, they're perfect to travel with if you have like accessories and little things to put in. So I ended up getting a white bag, a red bag, and a black bag. Plus, she gave me a lot of little goodies. Look at this. I asked for them because normally they're not like offering. So I like, do you have any goodies? Because I always ask, and you guys should ask too. If you're buying a ton of stuff, ask. She gave me a bunch of minis. So this is the Gentleman Reserve Privé. This is the Eau de Toilette Intense mini. And then she gave me a mini of the Accord Particulière from the Hotel Particulière collection. Let's see if I can open it up and show you. The minis are cute, as you can see right there. I don't think that's going to focus. Anyway, always ask for goodies. If they have them, they'll give them to you. But then there's another one here. I got 2 of the minis of the Gentleman Reserve Privé. I asked for it. I'm always asking. And then this is Enflammé Mini as well. And then she gave me some samples from the collection, particularly our fragrances, as you can see right here. And she put them in these little bags. And I always love these little bags, as I was saying. They're make for traveling easier. You know, you can put like international plugs in some of them, or if you have like beauty products or, you know, shaving, grooming things, you know, hair products or whatever, even fragrances. I use these quite a bit when I'm traveling. So that's that. There's a bunch more here. Sorry, this video is taking a lot longer. So in Italy, I bought 4 bottles of Mejares from L'Herbolario. I finally know what the store is. It is L'Herbolario, and these are like 25 bucks. I think that's what it was. Maybe closer to 30 euros. So I bought 4 of them, and I was wearing one of them on the way. As you can see, I wore a bunch of it. Very inexpensive, and if you don't know this fragrance, it's kind of similar to Musc Ravageur from the house of Frederic Malle. And this is a drugstore, not a drugstore, I would say, more like an herbalistic kind of a beauty product store. At least that's what I think it is. It might have other products in there that I didn't really explore. Once again, I bought very last minute before I left Florence. And it's great. I don't find it as musky as Musc Ravageur. Of course, Musc Ravageur, before it was under Estee Lauder, was a lot muskier. So now it's a little more similar to the current Musc Ravageur. Another fragrance I bought is Nostalgia from this brand, Santa Maria Novella. This is a strange fragrance, which I kind of like and hate at the same time. Sometimes those are the kind of fragrances, love and hate are the ones that kind of you buy to either love more or to hate more. So we'll see what happens with Nostalgia. So while in Florence, I also ended up buying several fragrances from I Profumi di Firenze. Do you guys know that house? Rosa di Damasco. I think that's how you say it. It's a floral, it's a rosy, really full-on rose. Brezza di Mare, this is more of a marine, kind of a salty marine. Then Ambra del Nepal. These are great fragrances. They're fairly inexpensive in Florence. They are going through a facelift. Here is the new bottle, the new box. I'll show you the bottle as well. The new bottle designs, I think, are really cute. This is Caterina di Medici. As you can see, I've never owned this one, but somebody was asking me about it recently, a friend. They wanted to find out more about it. Come on, focus. There we go. And so I ended up buying one in the new packaging because I really like the new packaging. And they have a nice photo on the back, and in the front it's kind of plain. But they have a very famous vanilla, which I did not buy because I have several bottles of the vanilla. And I recently bought one from a friend who was selling one. Although there's a new version of the vanilla, which I did buy. So I can't really figure out what the difference is. It's in a new bottle, and they had the old bottle as well. And both say Eau de Parfum. And from what I remember, the woman told me it's a stronger version. So I have to dig into this and to figure out, are they the same exact fragrance or not? But this is Vaniglia del Madagascar is what the name of the fragrance is. If you guys know what has happened with this, do let me know. Are they changed? Are they the same? Because, as I said, they have both bottles, just like the one for Caterina de Medici. They have it in that other bottle as well. I don't know what's going on. So the next bunch of fragrances, well, no, one more that I bought on the trip. And then we have some other fragrances that I bought that I mail ordered. So I read about this fragrance and I really wanted to like it. And even though at the airport I was kind of rushed, I bought it at duty free from Amsterdam to Florence. I liked it, then I got it and I was like, no, this is not good. This is Diesel's D. It's a unisex fragrance. It's lavender and very generic. I feel like it's very mass. Of course, I'm not really into those kind of fragrances anymore. Some people will like it. It does lightly hint at something like Lavande from Molinard or Lavender Extreme from Tom Ford, but it's not that good. Not that good. Anyway, if you're a fan, let me know. I don't like it. I don't think it's great, but some of you might like it. It's okay, is what I should say. It's not bad, but I don't really care for it. So I ended up buying a bottle of Wild Cherry from Mancera online, but somehow I ended up with Wild Leather. So now I had to redo another purchase. But Wild Leather seems like a nice fragrance. Do you guys know about it? I didn't know much about Wild Leather. I found a great deal online for like 75 bucks, I think it was. It's a beautiful bottle for sure. If you're a fan of Wild Leather, do let me know. The next few fragrances, just backups. I'm doing some backups of some fragrances because the rumor is they might be discontinued, although I know this one is discontinued. This is Tom Ford's Noir Anthracite. I'm not going to open it. I have to have that fragrance because mine is half bottle. And I ordered 2 bottles, apparently they had, but they only sent me 1, so I had to dispute. This is Muglaire's Cologne Flyaway. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I think they're on their way out, and I really, really love Flyaway from Mugler. Cologne, I think, is kind of discontinued from what I had reported, but I don't know what's going to happen with these. These were like 40 bucks, so really, really inexpensive. And then 2 more of Mercedes-Benz Club Black. I just did a video on alternatives fragrances, and then of course this is an alternative for Guerlain's Spirituous Double Vanille. Great price for about 55 bucks. And last but not least, I'm finally digging into CUIR. I got the Burning Cherry Love Fest. Kind of digging into some cherry fragrances. Maybe I'll do a cherry fragrances video, but I haven't opened it yet, and I'm not going to open it until later. But are you a fan of this one? Do let me know. Put a comment down. Although I did smell it, and my brother's wife bought a bottle of it at Sephora. But I was going to buy a bottle there, and they didn't have the size, so I ended up mail ordering it. So I know what it smells like. It does remind me of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, but I don't think they're identical. Anyway, that's the haul for you today. I know it's a long video, and some of you might hate haul videos. I'm sorry, but I enjoy doing them, and I'm sure some of you do enjoy watching them. And out of all the fragrances I discussed with you today, what are your favorites? And is there anything that you want me to check into that just came out that you want me to, talk about or review on the channel? And any of the fragrances I bought here, which fragrances do you want to see reviews of first? Put a comment down so I can find out. Either way, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video, please share it, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.